Lord, I feel so distant from you, and I know it's me, not you. I would never curse you or blame you because you are so loving, merciful, but stern with me, and I need that accountability as much as I try to fight it. I hate this flesh. I grow extremely tired of trying to fight against it every day, but I know I have to. I know I've been easily distracted, and this is why I feel like this. Please forgive me, Jesus. Clean me up and bring me closer to you. Come close to me, please. I just need to know you're here. Prayer has become a chore for me, at least those specific prayers. I still struggle with connecting with them, even though I'll occasionally feel led to pray them with no qualms about it. Why is this? Are you here? I hope I haven't fallen too far away. Jesus began, I'm here, my love. It would take more than you getting easily distracted for me not to draw near to you. You forget I know you from the inside out. And as I tell you, when you fall, rush back to me. And this is what you're doing now. You have become more spiritually aware when something feels off, and you're not as close to me as you should be. My spirit on the inside of you helps you to detect this and to immediately address it and seek me. This is conviction, as you know. Many people have no conviction because they've opted out of hearing my voice and choosing their own paths. I understand, Lord. I don't feel as spiritually aware as I should be. I have to get a handle on this distraction. I know this is a trap from the enemy that I allowed into my space. You're right about that. The enemy can only affect a soul who entertains him. Many people blame him for everything, but fail to acknowledge their part in allowing him to sift them like he so greatly does. Distraction from me is one of the enemy's favorite tactics to destroy the minds and spirits of my children. This is why I want you to be more mindful about how you spend your time. Spend as little time on social media as possible, other than the times you are doing ministry. I haven't called you completely off of the apps, but I've called you to use them very sparingly, like a strict fast. This is the only way much of the interference will be removed from your mind so that you hear me more easily. This interference is why it's so difficult for you to focus on me and hear me as much as you should be at this age. Distraction is not from me. I repeat, distraction is not from me and is an attack and tactic from Satan. If he can distract you, he can destroy you. You must not allow him to do this any longer. Claim control of the remaining time that I've given you because it's so precious. I have so much work for you to do. Yes, Lord, please help to remove any barriers in areas where I've allowed distraction to come in as well for my fellow brothers and sisters who are struggling with this. I feel the interference. And right here, you all, I was hearing Jesus was speaking to me about how this interference is the equivalent of static noise or white noise in the brain. Is this correct, Jesus? He continued, yes, it is. Think of radio frequencies from electric towers in proximity to where you are emitting harmful effects to your brain to create control over how you gather and process information. Think of the static noise that comes from a television channel with no signal. It's loud and annoying to the ear. This is what the demons do to my children and others alike to prevent them from hearing me. The deeper you're connected to Satan in the world, the more white noise you unknowingly consume in your mind and spirit to prevent you from hearing and connecting with me. The deeper you're connected to me, the less the white noise is able to affect you, unless you allow it to, based on your free will and other things such as self-will, disobedience, pride, anger, jealousy, lust, etc. All of these things that you allow to consume you gives the enemy and demons permission to cloud your mind and spirit with white noise. I'm sharing this with you because I want you to understand that you are in a period of intense spiritual warfare, my love. This is partially why you feel the way you feel, and partially of your own doing because of the distraction on pointless things. Not that they're bad things, but not a priority ahead of other things that I want you to be more focused on. I want you to also be more intentional about being aware of yourself in light of moments where you seem to be more distracted and are engaging in fruitless activities or are idle. Ask for graces through my spirit to detect these occurrences and bind the spirit of distraction over you. I will grant this to you and deliver you and bring you clarity of mind and peace to hear me more clearly. Thank you, Jesus, for continuing to be so gracious towards us. Help us to keep and do your will in all things. He concluded, I love you. I will always extend grace towards you and others who seek me with all their hearts and humble themselves in the little things that they do. My graces are for the meek and humble of heart. These are the souls that will be anointed to do my work in the earth these last days. And that was the end of his message. So, as you all can see, distraction is very easy to come into. It's so easy to get distracted, and it takes more effort to actually be productive in things because of the times that we're living in. There is so much static. There is so much just interference, just so much evil in the world, in the atmosphere, that is so easy for Satan to pull us in a state of distraction that will prohibit us from being able to truly hear from God the way we need to. So I would definitely want to encourage you all to avoid all distractions, to avoid any situation of distraction. Anytime you are going off and doing something else that totally is not fruitful, that's not tending to your overall spiritual growth, it's probably a distraction from the enemy that you've allowed in, that you've opened a door and you've allowed the enemy to come in and to pull you into that distraction, to pull you into that yellow brick road or down that rabbit hole, right? Away from God and away from what it is that he's calling you to do. So this is what he's sharing with us. He wants us to stay clear of distraction, because the moment we open that door up to Satan, he and his demons come in and terrorize us, and they put the white noise in our brains so that we're not able to hear from God, that we're not able to connect with him. So I pray that this encourages you. God bless you all, and I'll speak to you next time.